They used to say the ocean smelled like promise. For Eli Turner, it smelled like escape. He had nothing left in the city. No savings, no pride, no hope. His factory job had closed months ago. The family's meals were getting smaller. The rent was weeks overdue. And his wife Lydia had learned to smile through hunger so their children wouldn't see. Then came the letter. A thin white envelope with his name written in looping cursive, sealed in wax. To my great-grandson, Elijah Turner, the last of my blood, I leave you my home, Wraithmoor House. May it bring you peace. It stood on the far side of Wraithmoor Isle, a gray, wind-lashed island off the coast, small, forgotten, and perpetually cold. Eli took it as a sign. The family packed what little they had and took the ferry out, hoping for a new beginning. Wraithmoor House was older than memory, a sprawling Victorian overlooking jagged cliffs and the endless gray sea. It creaked like it was alive, the floorboards sighing, the windows shivering even when there was no wind. At first, it was perfect. Eli found work at the island shipyard. Lydia began cleaning houses for the locals. The children, Ben, Samuel, and little Rose, laughed again, their cheeks full for the first time in months. The townsfolk called the place the Widow's Rest, but never said why. Then came the noises. At night, Eli would hear footsteps above their bedroom, deliberate pacing. And one evening, Lydia swore she found a door she'd never seen before, a narrow wooden door tucked in the hallway between the bedrooms. It was painted the same faded white as the walls, easy to miss, but she could have sworn it hadn't been there the day before. When she called Eli to see it, the door was gone. Just smooth wallpaper where it had been. He laughed it off, said she must have imagined it. But that night, as the wind howled across the cliffs, Eli dreamed of a locked door creaking open in the dark, and something breathing behind it. And yet, no one wanted to leave. When Eli suggested selling, Lydia grew pale. "We can't," she said quietly. "Not yet." He didn't remember why he brought it up at all. Weeks turned into months. The family stopped laughing. Eli stopped showing up to work. Lydia began sleeping during the day and pacing the halls at night. Ben locked himself in the attic, saying he was listening to the house. Samuel stopped eating. Rose stopped speaking altogether. The house grew colder. Rooms seemed to shift when no one was looking. Doors led to places that shouldn't exist. The sound of the sea was replaced by a heartbeat, deep, rhythmic, endless. One evening, Eli found words carved into the wooden doorframe. "You came to feed me." He told himself he'd imagined it. But every night, the walls pulsed like lungs. Every morning, another part of him felt hollow. Lydia was the first to die. Eli found her hanging from the staircase, her eyes wide open and her lips curved into a strange, peaceful smile. The next morning, Ben was gone. They found him in the kitchen, a knife still clutched in his hand, crimson on the tiles spelling something incomprehensible. Samuel fell down the stairs days later, his neck twisted at an impossible angle. Rose was last. They found her floating in the pool, her hair fanned out like seaweed. The islanders smelled the decay before they saw the house. When the police arrived, they found Eli 10 feet underground in a bunker no one had ever seen before. He was slumped against the wall, a shotgun resting between his knees, a letter clutched in his trembling hand. "I'm sorry. I thought this house would save us. I didn't know it was waiting. I didn't know it remembered." The last line was smeared with blood. Months passed. The islanders avoided Wraithmoor, but time dulls fear and money erases memory. Eventually, a young couple from the mainland saw the house listed for sale. A beautiful estate, secluded, ocean view, remarkably affordable. They bought it the next morning. As the ferry approached the shore, they stood hand in hand, smiling at their new beginning. The wind carried faint laughter, soft, distant, like children playing just beyond the cliff. And from the highest window of Wraithmoor House, a curtain shifted, as though someone were watching waiting. The ocean smelled like promise again,